Welcome to another episode of Butterfly Blackout. I'm your host, Emily, along with Jeff.
Hey, how you doing?
No Truth today. We will miss him. Psych. But he'll miss this conversation now. So, Tamar, Get Your Life. WeTV limited series, 6 episodes, wrapped up on Thursday. Here's my take. I like Tamar as an entertainer. I'm happy that this show is over.
Okay.
If I were WeTV, I would say never, ever, 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 ever work with her again.
Really?
If I were any other network, don't ever work with her again. I think, Tamar, you are spoiled. I think you are a horrible personality to work with. First of all, you have these people doing their job. Meanwhile, you have a job to do yourself, okay? You want people to see your life of, where you've come from, where you've been, how you're trying to build yourself back up. But all you did was whine and complain. All you did was be upset at, production because they're trying to film a show. You have Goalie, who's supposed to be a dream expert, trying to help you. And you have behind closed door conversations because you don't want everybody in the world to know your business. But this is what you signed up for. Now, in the past, you talked bad about WeTV and how they weren't good, yet you still signed on to do this. And here they are trying to do their job, and again, you don't really show up. Okay, so when you have a reality show, I guess at the end of the shows, you have to do your exit interview, and then I guess before the exit interview, you have to, I guess you sit there and you actually watch playbacks of the episodes so that you can comment.
Like a review on it?
Huh?
She's giving like a review on the episodes?
Yeah.
Okay.
So Tamar was supposed to be doing this.
Okay.
She had an attitude. She's supposed to show up. She cancels and says she's not going to come. But then at the last minute says she's going to come. And she had to leave at 7:30. She was only there for 15 minutes. I was like, see, this will make people not want to work with you. All right? It's just too much.
Yeah.
And then you get shocked by what you see. But it's you. It's not production. Production has a job to do. Production doesn't want you going behind closed doors. If you're supposed to be making progress with Goalie, they need to capture that on film.
True.
They can edit it in a way to make it tasteful so it doesn't really, I guess show you in a bad light if necessary. But if you want to be transparent, then be transparent. Now, while she was filming this show, she was simultaneously filming for the Braxton Family Values, which comes out in November, because Trina was having her bachelorette party. Okay. Apparently, some drama went down at the bachelorette party. And I'm like, I don't understand why. And that was the first time she saw her sisters in months. And I'm like, I don't get it. You guys have this relationship. Clearly, something is broken. Just fix it. Get over it. I would think with all that's going on with COVID-19 and everything, or maybe this happened before. Yeah, I'm sorry. This happened before COVID-19,
I was
actually.
about to say, how far in advance did they shoot?
Yeah, this happened before COVID-19. So, with everything going on, I would think that, y'all need to just stop. Then she watched where Tracy's husband spoke to David, and she was like, I'm not a fixer-upper. She's like, I can't help Tracy and her feelings. Tracy's harboring feelings about not being assigned to the girl group, and yet I was like in the 9th grade at the time. What do you want me to do about it? That's not my responsibility to fix Tracy. And on that,
yes,
I agree with her.
Okay,
I agree with her on that. True. Tracy needs therapy.
Okay.
If Tracy can't be honest about her feelings and tell people what the heck the problem is in general, Tamar is not supposed to be responsible for that.
Well, that's
you
true.
have an entire mother that's still living. Go talk to your mother. That is not for Tamar. You want to know why Tamar's going through what Tamar is going through? Part of that could be that situation. You're putting stuff on Tamar that got nothing to do with Tamar. Now, that's I'll defend her on.
That's true.
Okay? Sisters will fight. My best friend's in a fight with her sister. Sisters will fight all the time. Okay?
Right.
You'll eventually get over it. But at some point, let bygones be bygones because your sister's getting not remarried, but she's getting married again. Okay? So just be there and have a good time.
Yeah.
And celebrate that she's marrying a black man.
It wasn't a black man before?
Girl. I'm sorry. Boy. I'm sorry. I called you a girl. I'm sorry. I'm preparing for when the Democrats, win.
Yeah.
That's what's gonna happen. Your genders will be affected. But anyways, that's besides the point.
God.
So yeah. But my thing is that Tamar Tamar is spoiled.
Okay.
You know, she talked about how, you know, this is their show. It's not her show. I've shown up when you asked me to. At one point, you had your attorney tell them not to be on the premises. Like, I don't even understand.
True.
I still don't even understand what happened. All I know is that I don't think Tamar should be doing reality TV anymore. I think Tamar needs to focus on singing. That is her gift. There was a show called Buffy the Vampire Slayer, where Buffy went back in time and she visited the first ever vampire slayer.
Yes.
And she wanted to know what her gift was, what was her purpose. The slayer said, death is your gift. She was like, death? Death is your gift. And so then when it came time to choose between, you know, saving the world and saving her sister, she made the ultimate sacrifice. And she saved them both by jumping into this like portal light that opened up another dimension.
Yes.
But in turn for doing that, she sacrificed her life.
Yes.
And she gave her life up for everybody. Death was her gift. Now, I say that to say, Tamar, God gave you a voice, honey. You don't have to be all these things to all these people when you're not right in the head. Clearly, you have issues. So stop trying to be everything for everybody and just be there for yourself. People like you, but people also love to hear you sing. If that is the gift that God blessed you with, then girl, you should be in the studio making albums left and right. Bless us because we like to hear Tamar sing. Okay? When we show up to your concerts, we don't care about the Braxtons. We're excited when we see one or two sisters. But the reality is, we came to hear you because we like your voice. Okay? I bought your album. I got your Christmas CD. I couldn't wait for your sisters to get together to do the holiday album. I got that too. What I'm saying is, I like your voice. I like you as an artist. And that is your gift. You're singing. You have a son, beautiful son. Be his mother. Let everything else go. And just be Tamar. Oh, and then all the people you got in the house, cut that out. Okay, you don't need 500,000 people in your house. They're all not your friends. They be taken from you and you don't even see it. Okay? The real friends you did have, you probably lost. So all I'm saying to you is, girl, get it together, get in the studio, and do the damn thing. Sing.
Question. Do you think she should be on the Family Values one?
I don't think she has a choice because I think they have a contract.
Okay. But
still, again, y'all talk bad about them not paying you, but you're still doing with them, so I don't understand.
I was about to say, isn't it WeTV too?
That is WeTV.
So
that's why as soon as their contract is up, WeTV. If you don't hear nothing I say today, as soon as the contract is up with the Braxtons, just stop. If they want to continue with reality TV, let them go someplace else. Let them be somebody else's headache.
I mean,
you see what I'm saying? You're going to have Tawanda, who don't give you much because she always keeping secrets. I ain't got time for Tawanda. Tracy can have her own show because Tracy needs help. All right? Trina is married now, but even at this point, she's not even interesting unless if we're going to do Life After. What was that talk show she was on? The Circle or whatever it is.
Oh, God, yeah.
And then Tony is just Tony. Leave her alone.
Tony don't need this.
Tony don't need this. And I really don't need to see Tony on my TV like that unless if she's going to sing something. All right? I like Tony, and I like Tony's privacy. Like, I respect that about Tony. That's why I'm not pressed to see Tony. I don't get excited anymore because, again, I appreciate her privacy. You know, give it to me if you're going to give it to me. I really don't care about Birdman because I don't believe in their relationship anyway.
Come on.
No.
Why?
I don't even think Tony believes in a relationship.
I honestly think she do. I think she like these like hood dudes. I think this will be good.
She may like hood dudes, but Birdman is not it. She needs a man, and that's not it.
How you know he's not a man? I think he is a man in the way you thinking a man. I think he is.
All right, well.
You never know, man. You want to see it with a white guy, that's all.
I don't see her with a white guy.
Really? That was her whole flow before.
If it is, it's got to be an Italian.
Whatever, yeah.
I can probably see her with an Italian, but I don't know. Like, she could probably do well with an older Italian man. I don't know.
Yeah, that's what people want to see her with. But she want a thug dude. That's it. She want a man. That's it.
No. But moving on, Dancing with the Stars. This past week was 80s week, and it did not disappoint. It had me all in my feels because I love 80s music, and I'm a diehard 80s fan. So for me, when I hear 80s music, I go crazy. Real quick, they eliminated Jesse Metcalf. I'm okay with that because for the past couple weeks, he wasn't really doing it for me.
Okay.
So I'm okay with him being gone. It's not like I'm going to miss him. But Monica Aldama, she was safe. She wasn't even in the bottom two. And this is what I mean by the show is rigged.
Okay.
There's nothing about that woman that screams she should have been saved. So this is what they do. I always believe that the bottom two are never really the bottom two. There's only one who's being eliminated. The other person is just a toss away. They do that to shake things up. Okay?
Okay.
Because they want, the audience to, get more viewers. Keep it entertaining. That's why it was unanimous that Jesse was going to go home. I think that the judges already know who's going to be in the bottom. Now, a couple times you'll have a shocker where you have a person who was doing really well, all of a sudden they're in the bottom. And then you have to think, were they ever really in the bottom? And they always say, you have to vote, you have to vote, you have to vote.
Right.
No, they're voting. You're just doing it on purpose because sometimes they have a person in mind that they want to win the show. I mean, the integrity of the show is gone because back in the day, people tuned in genuinely to watch people start off dancing slow and then they get really good, and now it's all about skills, and I ain't got time for all that. But if you're still interested, watch every Monday night, 8 o'clock p.m. Eastern Standard Time on ABC Network. Whatever. Check your local listings. All right. So, I was looking for a book to read, and then I came across this. American Crisis, Leadership Lessons from the COVID-19 Pandemic by Governor Chris Cuomo.
That's a mouthful.
Sir, when did you have time to write a book? We are in a pandemic still. I mean, a cure hasn't been released, and we haven't had any vaccines yet. So, when did you have time to write this book?
Oh, man.
Anything can be done, I guess.
That's right.
So, we do know that he put positive COVID patients in nursing homes. And we do know that he said that we couldn't thank God because God didn't do anything. It was him. God didn't bring the numbers down. He brought the numbers down.
That's what he said in the book?
That's what he said out loud.
Oh, I missed that. But wow, no.
So my thing is, if we can't, talk about God because God wasn't present during this whole time, okay?
Okay.
You still have a crisis on your hands because there's still people losing their homes. There's still people really not going back to work. Stimulus is like, the checks are running low. The Dems are holding up the stimulus package. Listen, y'all can say whatever you want to say. But in a time like this, and people need checks, to blame each other for why nobody's agreeing to the stimulus package, it's just bull. Because those people that are making the decisions, they're not hurting for money. They're perfectly fine. True. But those are the people that are in charge of making the decisions for the rest of y'all who ain't got no money.
So true.
Let that sink in. Okay, so when it's time for their re-elections, just be like, oh, Pelosi, remember that time y'all was battling over the stimulus check? Right, and you had like 2 refrigerators and $50,000 worth of ice cream in each one because your grandkids love ice cream and my kids were starving. Yeah, I'm not voting for you. Bye!
So, wait, let me ask you something since you brought this up. Do you think we should change the terms to be either senator or governor of the state? Because those are the people we would have to change the terms to pay them. So like Corey couldn't get all the stuff Corey gets, or the freedom, so they can lollygag, and the same thing for Pelosi and whoever else. You think so?
I think we should change the terms because I think that by changing the terms, now they're actually forced to really work.
Right. Because
they're not guaranteed another term. They're going to have to, it'll be like you get 2 or 3 terms. No, that's too long. You get 2 terms.
Okay.
And then back to back if you're really elected.
Okay.
But then after the second term, you can't run again until after another term.
I'm with that. I definitely think we should have limits.
That's the protection. That's to save us. That's to protect us regular folks.
Yes.
Because people like Pelosi, they get comfortable.
Yeah.
And remember, everything is changing now.
Yeah.
And we're allowing people that are basically almost on their deathbeds to make decisions for us. And we fall for it every single time. So if we're going to fall for it, we might as well say enough is enough and start voting in younger people. Because remember, when they started out, they were young as well. And if nothing has changed and nothing has gone right, then that means that we as regular people, regular voting people, need to stand up for ourselves. Nobody's going to do that for us unless we do it. We forget we actually have the power, but we're just dumb. So if we all just stand up and decide to say enough is enough, we could basically shape everything. But I think we're scared.
I don't think we're scared. I just think we don't know how. Because
we're scared because we don't know how.
Well, no, but that's not scared. Because if you don't teach somebody how to do something, they won't know the right steps to do it. Especially,
but they weren't taught how to do anything either. They just wing it to their benefit.
No. They I think when you honestly get in, it's like I'll take AOC for example because I'm always using her. I think she kind of got in, if you could say, on a wing. But now they take her under their guidance. So it's like, let me teach you how the real goes on. And this is how we stay in. And this is what we really do and how we do it. So that's why I think she's going to be misguided to perform like the rest of them. And so things like that.
We need people who aren't scared. We need people who cannot be swayed. We need people that will be firm. There are so many people in our communities, our local communities, that would act way better than the people that we have right now. But of course, the powers that be don't allow them to be in those positions. But we can make them be in those positions if we do our job and put them on. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but how do we do it? See, that's what I'm saying. Like, if you can't give the details, and I'm not asking you to now.
How do you do it? That's why they have a section where you write it in. You write in a name. That's why I said earlier, we need an underground system.
And so a whole nother system.
We need an underground where we don't put everything out there. So when it's time for an election, everybody got the word out in secret, like the Underground Railroad.
Mm-hmm.
Same thing. But then when it's election time, you don't tell people your business. You move in silence. And then when Pelosi realizes she didn't get reelected, oh my God, no. The people have spoken. They were tired. They did what they were supposed to do.
Right, but the next person maybe or not saying they will be, but they could become a corrupt as Pelosi.
No,
or take the turn.
It wouldn't happen because now you're going to also have laws put in place to prevent that. See, the way they became corrupted is because they've been in power for so long. But now when we give them term limits, they don't have a chance to become corrupted because you know what? They are only guaranteed 2 terms. That's if they get reelected.
So you're saying start an underground system, or underground information network, mm-hmm. to have the people mm-hmm. put in new terms, and then also vote out whoever's in existing terms.
Mm-hmm. So now, if they're in, guess what? There's no chance for them to be corrupt. And even if they try to be corrupt, the moment we find out about the corruption, it penalizes them from ever running for office ever again.
Gotcha.
You have to have a penalty. So the moment we find out you just that they're corrupt, you will never get another opportunity. That's why you have to have underground, you have to have different minds, different meeting of the minds to determine that. Not everybody's rich. And I wouldn't put somebody who's rich on.
Okay. Because
they're thinking about their pockets. You need the same, similar, like-minded people from all different walks of life to do this, okay?
Okay.
Because we can all have that conversation and understand versus somebody who's got mega millions and they're only looking out for their pockets.
Right.
Not looking out for my pockets, not looking out for their pockets.
Right.
Okay? But then even the ones who make those decisions, they have term limits. They're not going to be there forever. They're not going to be like the justices. You know what I mean?
Gotcha.
They're going to be voted out. And then you'll create another panel to vote them out. and to put new people on.
So there's no possible way you could be sitting there for a lifetime term.
No, you
like
can't.
we always see them do. Because Nancy Pelosi is just as old as Trump, as Biden, and as all the rest of them. She's been there for a long time.
Right, because everything is changing. Every year there's something new going on. And as long as you keep the seats, rolling and new bodies are put in, there's no chance for you to get over it, because there's always going to be somebody new that's going to be like, hold up, time out, wait a minute, who?
I'm with you.
And then we're going to be like, oh, so now we see, so whatever agenda you had or you were trying to put through, now we're going to mess it up. Now, if we ever bring this out and say this is what we plan to do, I guarantee you Booker and the rest of them, they won't have it, because now you interfere with their agenda.
Exactly. It's gonna
so then you have to ask, well, why would you care if we decide to put a term limit? How does that really affect you? You should welcome that. You should welcome that there are other people that are smart and ready and willing, are ready to do the work. They're ready to roll up their sleeves. They're ready to be seen every day.
Right.
Give somebody else a chance. I'm tired of looking at these old people. Especially when in our backyard, we have so many intelligent people that need to be up there. I'm tired of looking at my brothers and sisters, and I know how smart they are. You could get your corner store drug dealer. He got more sense than half of these people in Congress.
I'll give you that.
Let him go legit for 2 years.
Shoot, he might save the
Because
system.
half of them can put you on to some stuff that you don't even know, or, certain things that are being overlooked, and then they can make changes. Yeah. And during their tenure, they could be like, well, guess what? I did this. You know what I mean? And then go on to bigger and better. Sometimes you have to wake a sleeping giant. And there's a lot of little sleeping giants sleeping still. And we got to wake them up.
Well said.
You got to go against the machine. You can't go with the machine. The machine is working against us, but we haven't woken up yet, so.
Well said. Well said.
Okay. So, I know I had put the 25th Amendment. I forgot to erase that because I was writing so much.
It's all right.
Who do you want to talk about first?
Dealer's choice, because I know you had a lot of words for both of them. Let's start with Ice Cube, since you're agreeing with him.
Okay. Hi, Ice Cube. I've always been a fan. And thank you for staying authentic and not allowing people like Cuomo and Roland Martin to trump you up. Here's the thing. They call Ice Cube
Ice Cube.
They call Ice Cube a coon. You knew that was going to happen.
Okay.
And a sellout.
Okay.
Why y'all mad? So you mean to tell me that nobody can work with Trump at all? Nobody could work with a Republican because, damn it, they're just the enemy. What did Ice Cube say? Ice Cube said that he's working with whomever is in power. Remember that I said that. That's what he said. And currently, Trump is in power. So Trump came out with the Platinum Plan for Black Americans, okay? Which Roland Martin said that half of it isn't even for Black people. Whatever. Right now, it's just a plan. Ain't nothing going to happen because we don't know who's going to win the election. So right now, it's just a blanket. It's just a document that is just temporary, okay?
Right.
Will it have the opportunity to be edited and made more effective? Absolutely.
Yes.
And if he's reelected, I'm probably sure that's where it's going to go. It's going to be edited. He's probably going to put together another panel. And we'll invite probably Ice Cube to the table because Ice Cube has the Black agenda. The Black contract.
Black contract, yes.
So, and he'll probably add other people. See, when he puts a panel together, you all say, well, who are these people? Who are these people? Mm-hmm. This is what we're talking about. He's grabbing not the same people that you see on TV who are all being paid by somebody. He's grabbing like-minded other people from different areas to come together to have a discussion. People that are overlooked because they're not the status quo person you would talk to. All right. So, you can read the Platinum Plan online, just like you could read Lift Every Voice from Joe Biden online.
Right.
They said that Ice Cube assisted with the plan. Now, Ice Cube said that both parties contacted him. He reached out to both parties. He said he was willing to work with whomever.
Right.
Okay? That's not a secret because I remember him saying that. He reached out to Biden, and Biden said after the election. So, having said that, if anybody says to you, I'll talk to you after the election, I should kind of tell you where they're at. Okay? You should pay attention to that. Why you got to wait till after the election to talk to Ice Cube?
Facts.
All right.
Yep.
Then he spoke to Trump's campaign, and Trump was like, not Trump, but the campaign said, yo,
right.
we want to talk to you because we noticed that there was some stuff in your contract that we didn't have in ours, and we can probably merge them, do whatever. That was it. Ice Cube said that he will work with whoever is in power. Now, y'all called him a traitor. Why? Whose narrative is that people are a traitor if they're a Republican, if they work with Trump? Half of y'all was kissing Trump's ass before he even got into politics. Shouldn't we have called y'all traitors? Diddy, you was seen multiple times with Trump, son. Should we call you a traitor?
They used to stay at his hotel. I remember that.
But I'm just saying.
The Trump flat.
Y'all called Steve Harvey a traitor because he had met with Donald Trump.
Mm-hmm.
Why can we not work together? Who cares who's in power? Isn't the idea to work together? But you see, if you keep playing this game, what's going to happen is the Democrats are probably looking to do away with the Republican Party and to make it one government. That ain't going to work in a place called the United States of America. That ain't going to work. One government for all? You have lost your mind. That is the whole point of having different viewpoints. We all don't think alike. So you can't have one government control everything. It doesn't work. But I digress. So yeah, you're only allowed to speak to Biden or whoever else the masses tell you to. That's what it really is.
Right.
So if you go outside and speak to Trump, you're the devil. Now, his people and the rap world and all the celebrities, sir, you were supposed to speak to Biden. Now, why is that? Well, because you're black, and we told you to. Ice Cube is his own person. Ice Cube will talk to whomever he wants to talk to. Ain't nobody going to sit here and tell him who to talk to, especially if you don't even know the situation. Like, it's stupid, but that's where we're at, right? Because it's a matter of life and death. Vote or die. Like, we haven't heard that before. We heard that years ago.
Mm-hmm.
You all talking about civil war about to happen. If civil war didn't happen when Trump got elected the first time, what makes you think it's going to happen again? Why are y'all so convinced that something's going to happen if y'all don't get your way with Democrats? Now, something will happen. I'm pretty willing to bet that those that don't want Trump to be reelected are probably looking at some issues. That's personal. That ain't got nothing to do with me. That's got nothing to do with Jeff. That ain't got nothing to do with Trump.
Right.
You have to ask yourself, why are y'all working so hard to remove Trump? Why is your only focus on Trump and getting him out of office? Nobody's paying attention. Nobody's asking these questions. But think about it. All these celebrities coming out saying, vote, gotta get him out, gotta get him out. Why y'all so scared? What is it that we don't know that's making you scared?
Good question.
If I were y'all, I'd start paying attention. Yes, Diddy, why are you scared? Yes, Oprah, why are you scared? Something's not adding up. I'm wondering, should we reelect Trump? Because I just want to see the ish hit the fan. I'm interested to know, well, if he is reelected, what's going to happen next? Because y'all shaking in your boots. I wonder why. But back to Ice Cube, the so-called traitor, because he had a conversation. My God. And it wasn't with Trump, but my God. The campaign. My God. All right. So now they want to cancel Ice Cube, and Ice Cube was going around talking to Roland Martin. He was supposed to appear on CNN, but then he got canceled because, CNN is petty like that. But then he had his interview with Chris Cuomo. And then Chris at the end said, you're more than welcome to come back, because CNN is foul like that. Because if you don't agree with their machine, they will get on you for that. Now, I dare for him to go on to The View and have that conversation with those ladies, because you know they're trifling. Okay?
Oh.
And I dare them to sit there and raise their voice and their tone with somebody like Ice Cube, because it ain't going to go down like that. All right? Just putting it out there.
You think they would ask him on?
Huh?
You think they would ask him on?
Please, for ratings, of course. Okay. Now, again, I mentioned this a while ago, but the left will destroy you. They will even disown you if you don't agree with them. Pay attention. That's control. Now, people will call you out your name. That is control. If you don't do what they say, that is control. Now, let's see. When he appeared on CNN, he discussed that he has a contract with Blackout America, and that's what they took bits and pieces from to put into the Platinum Plan. But he didn't work directly with Trump.
Right.
But even if he did, why does that even matter? Because he specifically said, I'll work with whoever is in power. All right. He said everybody that talks about black people and the plan for Black America, they're talking about diversity. They're talking about brown people. They're talking about people of color. Nobody has a plan for ADOS. Now, I nearly fell off the chair when he said that. What is ADOS? African Descendants of Slaves. What are we talking about here? Well, when we talk about a black agenda, we're not talking about all black people, and we're not talking about immigrants, and we're not talking about, skin folk. We're talking about African descendants of slavery.
Right.
That is what we're talking about. Not everybody black that is here in America is a descendant of slavery. Until America gets it right with the African descendants of slavery, we can't really have a conversation about everybody else because it's not the same. But every single time it's brought to the table to have a discussion, Biden, Trump, everybody wants to group us with other people, and we never get anything. Because who will come first? Your gays will come first. Then it'll be your Latinos. Then it will be your Italians. Then it will be everybody else, your immigrants. It will be everybody else except for ADOS. And then we're asked out, and we're all looking at each other like, well, what happened? Oh, I got you in November. Vote for us, and we'll work on ADOS plan. They know how to use us for votes, but they don't do nothing for us.
Yes.
And then Ice Cube was talking about the wealth gap. And he said that we have a major issue with the wealth gap, where we have families that make $120,000, and yet you still have people that are part of ADOS making $200 for their family. That's it. They're not bringing us home. They're poor. How do we get them to be in the 120 bracket? That's a good question. Because y'all don't want to pay us. Y'all pay everybody else. But the system doesn't work for us. It works for everyone else but us. Why is that? And then he said black people should become independent. They shouldn't be affiliated with Democrats, shouldn't be affiliated with Republicans. We should all be independent. And the only way for you to have a seat at the table, especially in politics, is if you're wealthy. Because money talks. And as long as you stay poor, you will never have a voice. Let that sink in for those who are so hell-bent on voting for Biden and, looking down at other people. You will stay broke. By the way, you will also be taxed once he's president. I'm sorry. Jeff, you didn't correct me. I'm sorry.
Oh,
He'll be president for like 2 months, and then they'll invoke the
you mean
25th Amendment, and then it's Kamala who will be president. But y'all not even upset that they lying to you about that.
And she not ADOS either.
And she's not ADOS. But y'all swear up and down that she's black. Let's go into Diddy. Okay, so Diddy's got the Black Political Party. This is his new venture. Well, some people say you raised about $4 million doing your little dance thing. You got to figure out how to spend the money. So now he's getting into it. Okay? Now, mind you, this is the same dude that told y'all, hold your votes hostage. Diddy don't speak for y'all. Here's the thing. Why do you let celebrities tell you all what to do?
You want to answer?
I do want an answer.
People think celebrities are leaders because
they're not leaders.
We know that, but people.
Diddy is protecting. Diddy's making all these conversations and endorsing Biden. Diddy is protecting who? Diddy. Diddy is protecting Diddy. Diddy is protecting Diddy's pockets. Diddy is protecting his 1%.
Right.
And his children's future. These are the same people, the same celebrities that will sit here and spend all their money on fancy vacations and yachts and say, oh, well, God blessed me. Well, if God blessed you with all this money, don't you think he meant for you to take that money and put it, just like you're tithing in a church, put that back into your community? I'm not saying that you can't go out and spend money, but some of y'all be spending money on ridiculous things that make no sense.
Yes.
Where that money could have been better off spent. And y'all so quick to buy Gucci, Fendi, and all these other products by white people. You could have put $4 million into a black person's pocket. You have black designers out there. You could have built them up and made them the brand new black Gucci. You're only doing it now because people talking about it. But you wasn't thinking about that then. But now we're supposed to follow you because you're now the leader, you're the voice, because you got the money. Why? First of all, you live in California, sir. I didn't see you build a shop up here in New York. I mean, you could have gotten a mansion right here in New York. Or if you didn't want to live in New York, you could have gone to Connecticut. You could have gone to Jersey. But you moved out there. You say nobody's coming to your neighborhood. Sir, you're in a brand new neighborhood. There's still homeless people outside.
Not in his neighborhood.
You over here having pointless parties left and right. All right? But now you thinking about the little people? Don't you have an ex-employee who's like damn near homeless? Who's been begging you for help, but you ain't helping him? Now you in a new relationship. Aren't you worrying about your Australian lady? But you loved Kim Porter so much.
Keep it on politics.
I wish you really loved our black women like you love these other women. Build them up. That's if you're genuine. I mean, for all we know, you could just be hiding. But anyway, that's besides the point. That's not the topic.
Yeah.
So Diddy endorsed Joe Biden. And he wants you all to vote for Joe Biden because Trump's got to go. Right. All Diddy did was just repeat the narrative that we've all heard. That's all. Why does Trump have to go? Well, Diddy called for a race war. He said if Trump gets elected, there will be a race war. Well, I've heard about that too, but I don't recall there being a race war. So are you calling for a race war? So now you're being irresponsible. Now you're putting things out there that weren't even out there. Why does there have to be a race war? Who said any of this was about race in the first place? Who said that this is a black and white issue? Who said that? Maybe the media? Is that where you're getting your rhetoric from?
Possible.
Are you following what the media is telling you? Because I don't recall anybody else talking about a race war. We all call Trump a racist. Okay, who isn't a racist? I mean, if we put a bug in your house, I'm pretty sure you said a lot of things about other races too. Now it's a black and white thing. Who's making it a black and white thing anyway? I mean, look at what's going on for you. You said God blessed you. Living in a mansion on the hills, probably in California. Life is great for you. So why are you trying to hurt the people who aren't in the same bracket as you? Because by you calling for a race war, you're putting other people in harm's way. You don't see how irresponsible you just became? Because people listen to you and hang on every word. Now these are the same fools that are going to go out here and cause a race war. So if Trump is reelected, what you gonna say, green light, go? And then y'all gonna blame Trump for this? No, because we can roll the tape back. And I'll be the first to say blame Diddy for it. Because you're the one who opened your mouth and told your followers there's gonna be a race war. So if there's a race war, we have you to thank for that, Diddy. Just like Tamika Mallory, who sat there and said you don't care if Target burns down or if any other stores burn down. They didn't do nothing for the movement. Oh, but they employed people from the neighborhood. And now those people don't have a job. So you're okay with people looting and stuff? And then the left had to say, finally, oh, well, we condemn looters and rioters. Why it take y'all so long to say that? Because you realize that Trump and his team weren't going to take credit for that. Because the more they arrested people, they keep finding that these people are coming from different places and they don't even live in the neighborhoods.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So back to P. Diddy and his black political party that he's starting. And you don't have to be black to be a part of this party. You can be any color, any representation.
Did he
so
say that?
That right there should let you know. Just like the NAACP is supposed to be the National Advancement,
For
National
color
Association.
National Advancement for the National Association for Advancement of Color People. Yeah.
Say that 3 times fast.
Hell no. Hell no.
No, say it 3 times fast.
I know I can't.
I got tripped up. Because I always say NAACP. I never say the whole thing.
Right.
So now that I'm saying the whole thing, I got tripped up.
Right.
But that's just like the NAACP.
Mm-hmm.
It's supposed to be about black people, but then now everybody else has got their hands in it. It's no longer about black people.
Yeah. Well, they just said colored. Remember, we all colored.
Oh, my bad.
You forgot. We all colored.
Color folks.
There you go.
Then he also said the number one priority is to get Trump out of office. That's the rhetoric that came from the left, and he's just spitting out the rhetoric because I'm pretty willing to bet that you're being paid by somebody to do all this. Pay attention, watch people's bank accounts, and they'll tell you everything you need to know. Then he said white people should be worried. So are you threatening white people? I'm just saying because I have white friends that are Republican, and now I'm afraid for them because I'm like, you're making our lives a little bit more difficult because if I'm black and I have a white friend and they're Republican and they voted for Trump, I don't hate them. I mean, I knew they were voting for Trump because they're Republican. That don't stop me from being friends. Okay. You vote for whoever you want to. But now, should they be afraid of me because I'm black? What you just did was incite a race war already, and nothing happened. So white people should be worried. If Trump gets reelected, we are on the verge of a race war. If they don't want a race war, don't vote for Trump. So now you're threatening folks? That's what I heard. So now I'm more inclined to say, no, vote for whoever you... I've always said vote for whoever you want to. Right. But now I'm really interested. I really want people to vote for Trump because now I want to see what happens. Because, sir, I hope you got security because you just sat here and threatened damn near a whole lot of white people and ain't nobody was checking for you, boo.
Oh, my Lord.
So are we gonna address this? Because you just threatened a whole bunch of white people. You talk about a race war, ain't nobody was thinking about you. And now you going over here and you threaten my friends.
So
well, damn it, you threatened some of your white friends. The hell? I'll tell you this, any harm comes to my people, we're going to have problems. I'm not looking at you as P. Diddy, Diddy Love. I don't give a crap. You're going to be a regular human being. Might as well meet your maker along with Tupac and Biggie. Maybe they all can sit there and have a conversation with you. How dare you? White people, you probably should be pissed off. In fact, you all should have been listening to that interview that he did with Charlamagne the God. Oh, he's a gem. Okay? But, again, if I want to hear from white people. Did you take that as a threat? Do y'all feel some type of way? Should you all get security? See, you got to be careful, left. You have to be careful of who you let be your spokesperson. You want to talk about riots. You want to talk about race wars. Pay attention to who starts the
Thank you.
Pay attention to who starts it. Because it's not coming from us. It's not coming from the right, like Donald Trump said. That's all coming from the left. But because we're so brainwashed, we're not paying attention. But if you pay attention to what Diddy was saying, now you heard it. So now somebody from the left needs to have a conversation with Diddy. Diddy needs to retract what he just said because Diddy just, by that, you just started a race war.
I have a question.
White people, I want to hear from you because he just threatened your lives. Go ahead.
If he starts this party now.
Our Black Party is what it's called.
It's not the Black Political Party? Or is it Our Black Party?
I called it a Black Political Party. It is called Our Black Party. Don't get it confused.
There's another one that's Black Party? Oh.
Diddy has Our Black Party.
Okay.
Ice Cube has the Black Contract.
Yeah, but he doesn't have a party. So, yeah, he's not trying to run. He's just joining.
This is really not a party. This is really a group.
right now.
Right now, because you
Right
could
now.
be affiliated with any party and still be a part. He's saying basically black people need to have their own.
So if he is making this our black party, and he says you don't have to be black to join, but then he says all this, race wars crap. Those are contradictory.
That's why he's stupid, and that's why some celebrities need to shut up.
I'm just saying.
Cause he over here making movies and videos with Charlamagne the God, another slime ball. It's the same thing. Okay? And they'll have the same people like Angela Rye and the rest of them, Tamika Mallory. It's the same people. So anybody that was up and coming, they're going to drown because it's all about them. It's the same rhetoric. It's the same group of people. It's the same rhetoric. They do not speak for everybody.
But they're all using the same playbook because
yes,
Charlamagne has started a new black podcasting thing.
Yes.
He's starting the black party. I'm just going to call it that, whatever it is. And everything is the black. You get what I'm saying? And they still running
because it's money for him. You got to understand. I told you have to follow people's accounts. People are getting paid to do what they do. Not everything is being genuine. Not everything is really about us. It's about their paychecks. Okay? Pay attention to the neighborhoods that they live in. Hello. That'll tell you all you need to know.
Yeah. Because
a real one will make that money and still be camped at in the same neighborhood. And they will build around them. And they don't all have to move into a gated community. If you're a real one, you're going to be around the people. They're going to know who the heck you are.
Yeah.
That's just it. So our Black Party is the initiative ran by Diddy. He wants young, fearless black activists to be included, and he's the one who put the money behind it. Their goal is to unify behind the black agenda. But what black agenda are we talking about? Because, again, there is a difference in the black community. There is a difference between black people versus ADOS. And ADOS are the ones that are being left behind. ADOS are the ones that are struggling. And where the difference between him and Ice Cube is the one that's fighting for ADOS. He recognizes we keep talking about the black agenda, but black people are being left behind. I'm not talking about colored people. I'm not talking about brown. ADOS is who I'm talking about. That's the difference.
Okay.
He also said, Diddy,
right.
Once we get Biden in office, we need to hold him and Kamala accountable.
Yes.
He said that Kamala, it was a beautiful day when she was, nominated.
Right.
Okay. Help me out.
Go ahead.
If you were really going to see what Biden did, was just pander to the black folks and gave him some woman who didn't really look black, but she had the tan of a black person. Okay. That's what he did so he could secure votes. You all got excited. You didn't read it between the lines, but we did. Because if he was really down and dirty and he really wanted to have a black woman, he would have chosen a black woman. And y'all know what I mean when I said black woman. I was looking for somebody who looks like me. I was looking for somebody who probably looked darker than me. I was looking for a real authentic black woman. Well, meaning she was a descendant of a slave. That's what I was looking for.
An American slave. You want
an American slave.
Very
That's
specific,
what I was looking for.
We can get you them Caribbean slaves. We can get you some Caribbean.
All right. Diddy also said the only thing that can prevent bloodshed is if they stop killing us. Who is they? I mean, where were you, Diddy, when cops were killing unarmed black people under the Obama administration? Shut the hell up. What are you talking about? Like Ice Cube said, they've been killing us since forever. What are you talking about? This is nothing new.
So hold up.
So why can't you advocate for black people to stop killing black people? You know, the neighborhoods that you won't go into without security? Yeah. Why can't they stop killing black people? Black people kill each other. Okay? Then you're saying if Trump gets in office, violence is an option? Who is this motherfucker? I'm sorry, I don't mean to curse, but now you're treading on some thin water, sir, because not only did you threaten white people, now you done sat here with your goofy ass and all your followers that listen to your dumb ass. Violence is an option. So you know these dumbasses are going to go out and do some stupid stuff. Now, more innocent people's lives are going to be taken because of what you said, because you're irresponsible. Hee hee ha ha. What was you going to say?
What if his party adopts Ice Cube's not his black agenda, black contract?
They
Excuse
can't.
me. Why can't they? Because Ice Cube said he's willing to work with who's ever in power. So if they do become a big enough system or party, whatever it is, and they collaborate, now what? Do we eat your words?
I'm gonna tell you why. I'm gonna tell you why. Because the black contract is for ADOS.
Okay.
Our black party is not 100% black. There's a difference. If he's gonna work, if Ice Cube is gonna work with somebody, it's gotta be, or work with whomever's in power. Right. The agenda and the focus is with ADOS. It is for ADOS. Okay. He's ADOS. ADOS.
Okay.
Not everybody else. This is what he's against. And this is what they keep tying us with everybody else, but you can't tie us with everybody else. Now, here's the thing about our black party. If it's our black party, it's got to be, I'm sorry, it's got to be all black. You can't have, then, hold up, back to Ice Cube. Ice Cube is on Roland Martin.
Right.
I give him mad props for that, right? Because I can't stand Roland Martin. I used to like him, but then I realized, he's shady.
Okay.
So then he had one of the founders on from Black Lives Matter organization, and she's like, because of Trump, now she's got to have security. No, lady, you have security because of you and your organization. Because the movement is one thing. Roland Martin wants Ice Cube and his girl to work together. I said Ice Cube, and I'm saying it to you right now. Before you work with this lady, ask her where the donation to the Black Lives Matter organization, ask her where the money goes. Before you work with her, ask her where the money goes, and then tell us where the money goes, because it goes to the Democrats. What the hell are you talking about? Y'all ain't helped nobody black, but y'all been in this for so many years. Who have you helped that was black? And then you got an attitude as if to say that Ice Cube needs permission from you before he can start anything. Get the hell out of here. See, it's about control. All of this is about control. They want to control you. Go ahead and vote for Biden. Go ahead and vote for the left. The left is looking to control you. They will control everything you do. One thing they want to do, mandate mask wearing.
Mask, yes.
Second thing they want to do, once a vaccination comes, everybody's forced to get it. Hello, did you hear the key word? Forced. Nobody should be forced to do a damn thing, especially if you were uneasy about what they're putting into your body. You all scream about having your body is your choice, especially with abortion. You can do whatever you want with your body. If you feel like you can do whatever you want with your body, then you don't have to be forced to take a vaccination if you don't want to, if you were unsure about what they're putting into your body.
I got a question.
Yeah.
You don't think Trump, or the Republican Party, I'm not just going to blame it on Trump. You don't think the Republican Party is going to do the same thing if they win?
No, Trump already said he wasn't making it mandatory.
It's not up to Trump. It would be under his Secretary Cabinet of Health to get the economy started with Mitch McConnell. They would need us to take it and go back to work. You don't think that's a possibility?
No, because he said one thing he did not agree with was making it mandatory. He said it should not be mandatory. You should have a right to do what you want. Now, to go back to work, many people can still go to work, but they're working from home. So if you were working from home, what you need a shot for? Because you ain't going into the office.
You need the shot to work or to have something to present to work around. The government, the state government orders. So like in New Jersey, because every state is different. You need to have the COVID test, and you can't have any big parties, any gatherings, or whatever. So in my office, they still don't have us full staff gathered in. But if we were in office, regular, working as regular, we'd be helping a lot more people.
But you also got to remember, because of this pandemic, people are paranoid. You can sneeze and somebody's scared.
There
are still people,
Sinead, to take your thing, and Jeff is now immune, or whatever Trump called it, to give me the new stuff, whatever he was taking, and now Jeff can go to work as regular, and we can get his whole office in and get this economy booming. So I'm just saying it's not far-fetched, because I believe any party's going to push it. I'm not just throwing on a blue, and that's just for the a vaccine or not even a vaccine, the stuff that he took, the antiviral, the new antiviral. Whatever.
I'm more for the antiviral that he took versus a vaccine.
Yeah.
Which you saw that he was fine. So I'm not paranoid.
Right.
A lot of people are paranoid about this whole thing, and that's the problem. Too many people, and I had a conversation with a friend of mine, and I said, you're stuck in your house, and you're scared to shop and do stuff, and I'm like, you need to just live your damn life. I was like, because you're going to get sick. Not to say you're going to get sick with that,
Right.
but you're going to get sick either way, all right?
You still have a cold and a
is
flu.
something coming?
Yeah.
Yes, it's coming. So when it gets here, it gets here. Live your damn life, okay? You keep listening to the news, and you keep listening to everybody else freak out. I mean, you all listen to Cuomo. I'm not even sure if Cuomo really even had it, okay? Since he was spotted outside talking to people without a mask,
the brother,
he supposedly
Chris.
had it.
Chris, you talking about Chris Cuomo?
Yeah,
the
Chris.
brother. Yes.
You got his brother writing a book during this pandemic.
Well, it's a book about leadership. He's a leader. You got to give him something. I don't know how quick he wrote it.
I'm sorry, but I mean, other people are sitting out here trying to, run their own, local governments, and here you are. You got time to write a whole book, sir. But are we going to, what page is that nursing house on? When you let all those people go to the nursing house with COVID, and then other people died because of it? Oh, but that, did you want to blame God for that? I'm just asking. So, you can go to YouTube and listen to the whole interview with P. Diddy and Charlamagne the God about our Black Party and why he's speaking out. Basically because Trump is racist, but that's just the rhetoric that he heard from other people, so he's just spitting what he heard. Because he's the same racist that Diddy hung out with. So, Diddy, you was hanging out with the racist. You had no problem with that, right? Okay. Ice Cube said he'd work with anybody.
Right.
CNN tried to trip him up, and he came back and clapped back at CNN, and I appreciate that because Cuomo was wrong. He said the intro was misleading. Yes, you got to call them out on it because all they care about is why are you working with Trump? Listen, even if Trump doesn't win the election, I'll tell you this. He could start up a brand new TV show, and about 900 million of you will go and watch it, and about 500 million of you will sign up to be on the show. Now you have Claudia Johnson coming out saying, oh, well, he tried to kiss her. Y'all will do anything. Because you could have said that the first time around, Claudia, when he first ran for president. But you going to say it now. Shut the hell up and enjoy your ride on Fox Soul, okay? You finally got a platform. Just shut the hell up and enjoy the fruits of the labor, okay? Because at this point, I'm willing to cancel anybody who just speaks reckless for no damn reason. Like P. Diddy. I'm not even signing up for this Our Black Party because I'm sorry. I don't agree with you, playing that role of threatening other races.
Okay.
You don't want our race to be threatened, but you're so quick to threaten other races. How's that going to work? I'm sorry, but I have friends who are white. I have friends that are Republicans. Did that stop me from being friends? Because our political affiliation has nothing to do with why we're friends. In fact, I didn't even know that my other friend was a Republican.
Mm-hmm.
Okay? Did that stop me from being friends? No. She's cool. Her husband's cool. I like them. They like me. But you gonna threaten them? So if you're white, please let me know how you feel because I don't know. Y'all need security at this point because now, you're gonna start to have people recording you walking across the street and then boom, a white person looks at you and they cross the other way. Oh, look at her. She's afraid of black people. I would be afraid of black people too if I just heard Diddy make that statement and I know I voted for Trump and now I got to worry about you coming after me. Am I lying? Am I wrong?
I don't know, man. It's not that black and white. I think he's off on his verbiage. I mean,
what are you talking about? He just sat there and said white people should be worried.
He implied.
He out his mouth said white people should be worried if Trump gets reelected.
That's implying. That's not saying I'm going to kill Whitey with me and the bad boys.
Oh, he's not gonna
on November 4th.
He's not going to do it, but he's going to have his people do it.
Right.
So white people be afraid. I said it. Be very afraid. So if you do see a black person, you might want to hold on to your purse and walk the other way because you don't know if that person's going to be upset with you and want to take you out. All in the name of Diddy. Diddy love. It is what it is. That's all for today, folks.